Hey everyone, SweetJohnnyCage here. Today I'm going to show you guys how to get Uuna, the secret non-combat companion pet in World of Warcraft. The reason you're probably here is because you also want to get Bhaal and eventually the Waste of Time. In order to get Uuna to help you with Bhaal, you need to complete this entire guide, including the World Tour. You need a fully empowered Uuna in order for her to help. This guide is somewhat long and will take you roughly an hour or so to complete, if not more, depending on how well you know your way around Azeroth and Draenor and the other worlds in Warcraft. In order to get Uuna's doll, which allows us to summon Uuna, we first need to get 4 items, one of which has to be gotten before the other 3. So you need to head to Antoran Wastes, specifically the Scavenger's Boneyard, which is located around the coordinates 5539. In Scavenger's Boneyard, you need to kill either Antoran Defenders or Tormented Ritualists. The smaller mobs will not drop the item. The item we're looking for is called Call of the Devourer. The drop rate on Call of the Devourer is actually pretty good. You'll find it quite quickly. The drop rate's not bad, so just keep killing the big mobs in the Scavenger's Boneyard, and eventually it'll drop. Once this has been looted, we are now able to find 3 bones in Antoran Wastes. Keep in mind, these bones are just items on the ground. They are not sparkling or anything, so you kind of have to know what you're looking for. And in order to loot them, you just right-click them until they're looted. The first bone we're going to loot is Fiend Bone, and this is located at 52.4, 35.3, inside of Scavenger's Boneyard, so it's not too far away from where we are now. The Fiend Bone is near a pillar inside of a pile of other bones, so just keep moving your cursor around until you get a cogwheel to click. Second is Ur'zul Bone, which is located at 50.4, 56.1 to the right of the altar in an area called Fiend's Run. This one is really easy to see, it's quite large. The third and final bone is Imp Bone. This is located inside of an imp cave near the boneyard. The entrance to this cave is at 65.6, 26.3. Once inside, go to the right, head up the hill, take a left, and you'll see the second pit mother inside the cave. You'll probably want to kill her only because she spams an AoE attack and it's quite annoying to deal with, so just kill her really fast and then look on the ground for the Imp Bone. This one is a little difficult to see, but if you're facing the Imp Mother's pool, it's towards the right. Once you have all 3 bones, head back to the Scavenger's Boneyard, specifically coordinates 54.7, 39.1. Here you'll see a gold or yellow outline of a pile of bones. Right-click it, and it will summon the Many-Faced Devourer. Killing this mob will give you a chance to loot Uuna's doll, which is the item we need. However, this is considered a rare mob, so you can only loot it once per day per character. The good news is that once you summon it once, that bone pile is always clickable, so you don't need to go around collecting the 3 bones and the Call of the Devourer book anymore. You can just keep clicking it every day. The other good news is that you can do this on alts. However, on any other character, you need to repeat those steps and get the bones. According to Wowhead, the drop rate on the doll is 23%. If you don't get it on your first try, take an alt here and try again, and do that every day. Eventually, it'll drop. It took me 3 days to get, but I actually got it on an alt on the first time I tried it with an alt. So just try it as many times as you can in one day. Once you get the doll to drop, you can use it to add Uuna to your pet journal. Now, before you summon Uuna and get started on this hidden quest line, I highly suggest purchasing goblin gliders from the auction house or making them yourself if you're an engineer. You're going to need at least 2, but I recommend bringing 4 or 5 only because when it comes time to use them, you're probably going to mess up and die. The first time you summon Uuna, you're going to need to do some emotes to her in order for her to become your friend. The final line in her first set of dialogue is cold. Once she says that, target her and type /whistle in your chat. This will perform the whistle emote at her. When she says the final line of her second set of dialogue, which is, "It's so dark, I can't see a thing," you need to target her and type /roar into your chat in order to do the roar emote. She will run away and despawn. Summon her again, and after she says "help, help," type /cry while targeting her. She will tell you she's lost in a dark place. Now we need to give her some light. What we need to do next is head to Shattrath City in Outland. Once you summon Uuna in front of a doll, she will complain that it's too bright. So we need to show her some moonlight instead. In order to do this, we need to head to Ashenvale. The quickest way to do this as an Alliance player is to use a portal to Darnassus. Since Teldrassil is in the midst of burning down to the ground, you'll be transported to Darkshore instead. From there, fly to the coordinates 18.9441.54 in Ashenvale. This will bring you to Lake Falathim. Once you're here, summon Uuna again. She'll then tell you that she wishes Nuu was here. Nuu is Una's teddy bear, and he's back on Argus in Makari. This is the step where you will need goblin gliders, at least 2. Once in Makari, head to the coordinates 24.16, 58.7. The fastest way here is to take the teleporter in the Vindicar to Shadowguard Incursion. Once you're at these coordinates, use your goblin glider to glide to the floating island in front of you. Wait for your goblin glider to come off cooldown, then move to the highest point on this tiny little island. Then you want to glide to the island in the distance that has a building on it. Once here, summon Uuna again and head to the back of the building so she can get Nuu, her teddy bear. I'm not really sure how anyone figured this next part out, but the next place she needs to take Uuna is Bloodmyst Isle to the village of Bloodwatch. If you're an Alliance player, the quickest way to get here is to take the portal to the Exodar from Legion Dalaran or even a mage. If you're a Horde player, however, it's a little bit more complicated. You will need to speak with Zadormi in Darkshore and get transported to the old version of Darkshore before the burning of Teldrassil. From here, you want to fly to Ruthuran Village and take the portal to Azuremyst Isle. It's the dock all the way on the left. Again, if you're a Horde player and you've never been to Azuremyst or Bloodmyst Isle and you have no reason to go there as a Horde player, the route to get there is pretty easy. Just avoid the Exodar, because there's a lot of level 120 guards there, and you want to exit Azuremyst Isle to the north. And then there's a bridge to Bloodmyst Isle, and then Bloodwatch is the first major outpost. However, I don't recommend taking the front door to Bloodwatch. Go around the side to the right and go up the hill to the table. As an Alliance player, there is a flight path directly to Bloodwatch. So from the Exodar, you could fly there, and then you want to summon Uuna and walk to the table at 56.49, 56.45. It is directly down the hill in front of the Flight Master to the left. Once Uuna gets there, she will see a magic wand on the table and take it. Again, I'm not sure how anyone figured out this part, but the next place you need to bring Uuna is to Shadowmoon Valley in Draenor, not Outland. Once here, head to coordinates 56, 41.1, and Uuna will pick up the crown off the bench. Now she has a teddy bear, a magic wand, and a crown. The next thing you need to do is just wait. That's all you gotta do. Just keep her out and wait. Eventually, she will be kidnapped by void tendrils. Once this happens, we need to go on a quest to find her. So what you gotta do is kill yourself, and then talk to a familiar friend, the Spirit Healer. If you have Draenor flying, the easiest way to kill yourself is to just summon a mount, fly up real high, and dismount, and just crater. Once dead, speak with the Spirit Healer, but do not resurrect. Instead, she will have a new dialogue option. Tell her you're looking for a little girl named Uuna and ask if she's seen her. The Spirit Healer will then mark you and give you the ability to pass into the Spirit Realm. Next, head to Dragonblight. The quickest way there is via the portal in Legion Dalaran. Fly to the Emerald Dragonshire, specifically to coordinates 66.16, 74.52. You will see a shadow tier in the eye socket of the dragon skull on the ground. Click it and you'll be teleported to a dark place. Real quick, if anyone knows what this loading screen is, please tell me. I don't think I've ever seen it before. Before you get started on this next part, I highly recommend you create a macro to hug Uuna. If you've never made a macro before, it's very easy. Just press escape on your keyboard and go to the macro menu. Create a new macro, select an icon, and then in the text box, put 2 lines, /target or /tar, space Uuna, U-U-N-A. Press enter to make a new line, then type /hug, and then just drag the icon onto an action bar. Doesn't matter what button you have it on, but just make sure it's a button you can spam. Once you have your macro created and assigned to a hotkey, you're ready to go. Walk up to Uuna and type /cheer. Then put a cooking fire near her feet to warm her up. Shortly after she says a bit of dialogue, the scenario will start. You cannot kill the soul eaters that spawn. You can and need to, however, run into them to get them to retreat a bit. Just keep doing this over and over until Uuna says, "Friend, are you still there? I'm scared. I can't do it. I just want to go home." Then, in your chat, you'll see an emote that says, "Uuna wraps her arms around herself and begins to cry." The second you see this, spam your macro. Once you hug her, she will basically go Super Saiyan, kill all the Shadow Fiends, and then have a pretty touching piece of RP. Once Uuna says she's not ready to leave and the RP is over, you'll be transported out of the dark place, and then you have to go on a big world tour with Uuna and show her various places around Azeroth and Draenor. A quick note about this world tour, It's possible you will run into a bug where Una's dialogue never pops when you reach a certain spot in the World Tour. This happened to me in the Dragonblight portion. However, the author of the guide on Wowhead, Nightswifty, has provided a macro that will allow you to check your progress and see if you've gotten credit for visiting the different places in the World Tour. So if you reach a spot and Una's dialogue just isn't popping, but you feel like you're in the right spot, run the macro and see if that step of the quest chain has been completed and the macro says done for that piece. So your first stop on this World Tour with Uuna is the Gate of the Setting Sun in Vale of Eternal Blossoms on Pandaria. Fly to coordinates 859 and summon Uuna. Let her finish her dialogue, and then you're going to take off for the Broken Isles. The second stop is Nighthold in Suramar. Getting inside of uninstanced Nighthold might work with the Goblin Glider. I haven't personally tried it, but if you don't have Broken Isles flying unlocked, start from Krasus' landing in Dalaran and try to glide down. It might work. Otherwise, you're gonna need to unlock Legion flying. In Suramar, head to coordinates 62.2, 83.8, which again is inside of uninstanced Nighthold. Once there, summon Uuna and let her complete her dialogue. Then, head back to Legion Dalaran and go to Krasus' landing. That's the third stop. Just walk to the middle and summon Uuna and she'll have her dialogue. The fourth stop is at the base of Wyrmrest Temple in Dragonblight. Take the portal from Legion Dalaran to Dragonblight and head to the ground. Summon Uuna and head to coordinates 57.8, 54.3. Now this is where I experienced the bug, so that's why my footage does not have her dialogue showing up, but just run the macro, I've put it in the description, and as long as it says step 4 done, then you've done this part. I've numbered all these in the guide, so when you run the macro and you see the number and it says done, then just go to the next step. It's pretty self-explanatory. The fifth stop is Mount Hyjal. The quickest way to get there is by taking the Hyjal portal from your Stormwind or Orgrimmar Earthshrine. Summon Uuna and head to coordinates 59.24. Once she finishes her dialogue, you're going to head to the sixth stop on the World Tour. This stop is at the very top of Kunlai Summit at the coordinates 44.8, 52.5. Summon Uuna up here and she'll tell you to be careful not to fall off. The seventh stop is inside of Blackrock Mountain. When entering from the Burning Steps side, head to the left side of the ring and summon Uuna. The exact coordinates in Blackrock Mountain are 3767. Turns out she has never seen lava before. The eighth and final stop on the World Tour is back in Shadowmoon Valley on Draenor, not Outland. As a Horde player, you'll probably want Draenor flying unlocked. It's a big pain in the butt to do, but it's going to be pretty helpful to you with this part in particular, because you need to go into the Temple of Karabor, or at least near it. The exact coordinates you want to go to are 70.65, 46.55. Once there, summon Uuna one last time. Again, you'll get some pretty touching RP from her and become her best friend. The benefit to being her best friend is anytime you summon her and type /hug, she'll hug you back. The other major benefit is probably why you're here. If you're on the secret questline for Bal, the demonic goat combat pet, a fully empowered and world-toured Uuna is necessary. Keep in mind, you having a fully empowered and world-toured Uuna is not necessary, but someone else having her is. A fully empowered and world-toured Uuna can shoot stars at Bal and remove his boss buff and make him defeatable. So if you're having a lot of trouble for some reason getting Uuna fully empowered and doing the world tour, but you have a friend who is on the same exact step of the Bal questline as you, meaning they can see Bal and summon Uuna to have her shoot stars at him, then it'll work. This is really easy, and I suggest just doing it yourself. The only hard part, really, is getting Una's doll to drop off the many-faced Devourer. And there you have it. That's how to get Uuna, take her on a world tour, and fully empower her and make her Super Saiyan. Like I said, you're probably here because you need her for your Bal questline, and I have a guide for that linked in the description below. Alright guys, that wraps it up for the Uuna guide. If you liked this video and you'd like to see more, please subscribe to the channel. If you'd like, follow me on social media. I'm most active on Twitter, and you can find me there at SJCage. Alright guys, I'm SweetJohnnyCage. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.